Good morning. Today is April the 7th, 2019, and it's my birthday. I'm 25. Yay! Quarter of a century out of the way. Great. Okay, so I don't really have any special plans for today or anything. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go to church in like 30 minutes. But because it is my birthday, I wanted to hurry up and film this video before that. Let's see, so start off back in 2008 when I finished middle school. I wrote myself a letter to be opened after high school, and then when I graduated high school I read that letter and I replied to it. Did the same thing again for college, and in May of 2016, as many of you know, I graduated college, so I wrote myself a letter again. And I was doing these in like pretty clear stages of my life. Of course, when you're in high school and then college, like that's a pretty set time. So after I graduated, I kind of decided, I guess I'll just do intervals of every 5 years. Obviously it hasn't been 5 years, but I wanted to get on the multiples of 5 because I felt like that would just be easier to keep track of. So this time it's only been a little less than 3 years since my last letter, but I have this right here addressed to myself from myself to be opened today. So I'm gonna do that now and I'm gonna read it for y'all. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of personal stuff in here, or if it's not personal to me, it's personal to other people. So I probably won't include everything in this letter in this video, but I'm just gonna open it and read it, and whatever is appropriate to be shared publicly, I can do that and I'll answer that. So we'll go ahead and open it now. Oh, come out. There we go. Oh, I have two cards? 3? Oh no, there's 4. Good grief. No, there's 4 pages this time. Okay, let's get started. Dear self, salutations, friend. How are you? We've reached that awkward point where I don't have any foreseeable end to this era of my life. I'm sure you'll remember that I decided to start doing these every 5 years after I graduated, but I'm 22 now, and I think it would be a bit weird to do 2s and 7s. So this first post-grad interval will be only 2.5 years to get us, on the 5s and 0s. Good lord, I've barely started and already there's a terrifying run-on sentence. I need to watch that. You'll probably also remember seeing, as this time frame won't be nearly as long as the rest, although who knows what may happen between then and now, that I've written this one later than the first 2, which I always wrote before the beginning of the school year. But now it is nearly October. Oh no, I don't remember waiting that long. I thought I wrote it at like the end of May. Oh well, whatever. And I still don't have a job. That's okay, it's gonna change. I was planning to wait until I got one, so I at least had some sort of direction to give my questions, but today I realized half a year may go by before that happens. You're not wrong. But again, it's gonna change. You're fine. Thus, I decided there was no point in waiting any longer and rather impulsively ran out to Barnes & Noble to buy this stationery so I could have something prettier than notebook paper to write on. Because, you know, it's not as though I have to start repaying my student loans in November or anything. Also, big shout out to my mom and dad for agreeing to pay my payment for this month. Thank you very much. I love you. I suppose that's my first question. Do you have a job? Right now, we're gonna get to that because I know I asked about this later. Yes and no. I did get a job about 2 months after writing this letter. Well, actually, I got 2 jobs. I was already working in church nursery, and then, but that's like, there's very limited time to do that during the week. And through that, I got connected to another church working for childcare for them. And then a month after that, I got connected to another church that had a childcare facility, like a daycare, during the week. And so I ended up working there for 1.5 years. It was I really enjoyed working there. Not everything about it was perfect, obviously. No job is perfect. But I think I learned a lot about myself and also about working with other people. more than I did with my first daycare job that I did after I got back from England just for the summer. So I miss some of my coworkers. It feels I miss my coworkers. We'll leave out the some because that's awkward. And I miss a lot of the kids too. So, but that's okay. I'm in a different part of my life now. I'm in France. So anyway, where was I? Is it in your degree field, or is it just what you could get? Yeah, the childcare was basically just what I could get, but at least I had experience. That was good. And the one that the sort of job that I have now as an au pair, also, I have experience. Still not in my degree, but that's okay. Recently I've been thinking I should just go work at Abby's daycare after all, since I have experience. It would be easier on Stephanie. Yeah, I was seriously considering working at my niece's daycare for a while, but it's really far away from where I was living with my parents, so that would not have been very convenient. How's the rest of the family? How's Tyson? Oh, Tyson. No idea. I'm very afraid to know where he is or what happened to him. Tyson was my brother's dog, but he escaped during a thunderstorm like I guess it wasn't 3 years ago, like a year and a half ago, and we never found him. Does Hudson still have him, or did he have to give him away? Nope. Dozer's so old now, I can't imagine he'll still be alive by the time I read this again. Would you believe, at least as far as I know, unless my parents just haven't told me, he's still kicking. I don't know how this dog has lasted so long, considering how stupid he is, how uncoordinated. Such a good dog, he really is. Maybe you remember, but he's trudged all the way up those stairs to sleep in here now while I write this. No, I didn't remember that, but he can't do that anymore. I would have gone back down, but he's so impatient and hates to be separated from us, yeah. I woke him up getting a new page. Sorry, big dog. I miss my dog so much. Like, I really... my host family does not have pets, and like they have 3 young children, and so I sort of get that, but like my parents had 2 big dogs before they had kids, and the dogs stayed. Of course, obviously my parents didn't move from overseas right before I was born or anything, but yeah, I need dogs in my life. If there's one thing I know about my future is that there will have to be a dog of some size or shape in it, always, because I just, and I'm allergic to cats, so that's not really an option. So if you're out there like, oh, but a cat is a perfect apartment pet, yeah, no, not for me. I wish, but no. I only have one long-term goal right now other than writing, and that is learning French. When I started taking classes freshman year on a whim for the elective credits, I thought it was just for my own amusement, but ever since the Paris attacks happened about a month after I started toying with the idea of going to be an au pair, I can't help thinking it may have been God quietly pointing me in an unexpected direction. One of my biggest fears at the moment is that I won't be confident enough to do it, that I'll talk myself out of it or convince myself I'm not advanced enough, or even though I already meet more than the minimum requirements. I really don't want this to be my third big regret. I can do this. I know I can. So what I really want to know more than anything is, did I? You sure did. And it's, again, like any job, it's not perfect, but you made it here, and I am so proud of you. It's almost over. Well, I say almost, like 2/3, I guess. I leave at the end of June. Well, I leave my au pair situation at the end of June. But since I haven't mentioned this in the vlog yet, I guess I might as well. After this, I'm actually going to go stay in Paris for a month in July and take a course to become TEFL certified, to teach English as a foreign language internationally, anywhere in the world, basically. So after that, I have a vague idea of where I want to go, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'll probably talk about that more in July when I'm actually in the course looking at my options. But yeah, you made it to France. Your French is... it's getting better slowly, but I'm actually looking elsewhere now for the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of short. What I'm gonna do now, not right now, but later today, later in the next couple of weeks, is first of all, respond to this letter, especially respond to the more personal things that I've left out of this video in my diary, because that's just how I do it. And I also need to get some stationery, because I left the rest of the stationery in Texas, so it's not here. I need to get some stationery. I'm going to write a new letter to myself to be opened when I am 30. I'm also thinking that maybe since I'm 25, and I should do another like 25-year letter and write 2 letters, and write another one that I can open when I'm 50, because that'll be an even bigger gap and an even bigger, like, where are you in your life now? In 30 years I can kind of guess vaguely, but in 25 years I have no idea. So I think I'm gonna do 2 letters. I also am probably going to film another video like this, but more from like my vlogging things, because with the letters I do want to keep writing personal things in them, and if I'm gonna share them with y'all, I feel like it's weird leaving out parts, so I think I would rather make a video and share that with you in 5 years if I'm still on YouTube, and then you can see, you know, where I am as far as vlogging. Is it still just the same 5 people following me? Are there other people? Did my vlogs get more interesting? That sort of thing. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. The next vlog will probably be more interesting because I'm going somewhere cool. Alright, bye. This is not going in the video. I'm a little afraid to know the answer to that. It's okay. It's okay.